Okay, so welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be doing a review on the Xiaomi Sound Pocket, which I have in front of me here. I almost can't believe how cheap these are getting. I just did a review on the Xiaomi Sound Outdoor, which was £35, I believe, which was already cheap. This is 13. So like crazy cheap. I mean, obviously it's small. It's not going to be a powerhouse, but for £13, I mean, you almost can't get a speaker for that nowadays. So yeah, and that is off the Xiaomi website directly here in the UK, so that is crazy. But yeah, we're going to be going through the specs, doing a sound test, letting you know what I think. Hopefully get some B-roll in there for you if there's still light out when I finish these reviews. But yeah, I've had these recommended to me by a fan, which was very nice, and I appreciate that. Yeah, spec sheet, so 13 quid, great start because very cheap. It weighs 200 grams, so you almost can't feel this thing. It just weighs nothing at all. You could put this in your pocket of your trousers and you would not know it was there. The design is really nice. You've got passive radiator on the top. Looks really premium. It doesn't look like this thing costs 13 quid. Got Xiaomi logo on the front, power and Bluetooth on the bottom. You've got a flap on the side with a singular USB-C charging port, kind of rubbery strap, and the play and pause buttons on the side. It obviously is a kind of similar design or a similar material to the JBL Go 4, or yeah, 4 I think is what we're on now. But there's no complaints there. I mean, 13 quid is just so unbelievably cheap. But yeah, output is rated at 5 watt, so obviously not a powerful speaker, but if you thought it was going to be, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Frequency range is listed at 100 to 20,000 hertz, which is, yeah, pretty average, pretty good for a speaker of this size. Definitely good for a speaker of this price. It will take 3 hours to charge, which is actually surprisingly long considering the size of it. But it will play for 10 hours. That's at 40% volume. So obviously, if you're playing at 100% volume, you're going to get 3 to 5 hours out of it. Obviously, if you're playing at less volume, you'll get more. So yeah, again, pretty average volume playback, sorry, out of this thing. You know, I mean, yeah, if you're playing at 40-50%, then 9 or 10 hours is good to get out of a speaker that weighs 200 grams. It's running Bluetooth 5.4, which is the newest Bluetooth version at the time of recording. It has a 25-meter range, which is going to be more than enough for a 5-watt speaker. It is IP67 as well, so you can take this, throw this, do whatever you want with it, take it anywhere. You're not going to break it very easily. It does support TWS stereo pairing, which is quite nice. So if you wanted to spend a whopping £26 and get 2 of these, you could have a 10-watt stereo pairing system, which you could carry around, and that would still only weigh 400 grams together. So yeah, quite a cool... that could be quite cool. It does have a mic as well, so you can actually use it as a speakerphone. Yeah, I mean, the spec list already, I mean, that's as much as Xiaomi give us, but for 13 quid, that's already more than you would expect, probably. So yeah, the next thing to do is obviously check the sound out. So yeah, they say 100 to 20,000 hertz, so we'll have the frequency range diagram on the right, decibel meter on the left, and we'll see what we can get out of this little thing. so that's the sound test. I knew the bass was strong for its size. Obviously, I've tested it before, but I didn't realize it was going to actually vibrate itself around the table. So I did have to hold it, which was slightly annoying. But yeah, that shows quite how powerful the bass is on this thing. It's just quite impressive. As far as frequency range goes, we're getting a bit more than we bargained for on the low end. We're getting more like 80 hertz rather than 100. But probably slightly less than we were told on the high end. We're getting more like 17,000, and really the drop off before then is already enough. But I think, yeah, that's clearly they've gone for a bass heavy, relatively similar to a JBL sound profile here, to be honest. Yeah, strong on the bass, but still pretty decent on everything else. I mean, considering the price, I'm really impressed with the sound. Obviously, it's not overly loud. Like, we're getting like 90 decibels, like literally 6 or 7 centimeters away. But you could have it very happily strapped to your pocket, your bag, your bike, anything. And as long as you're within kind of 5-10 meters, it's it's still gonna pump out enough sound to get you by. And for 13 quid, I mean, depending on your use case, I don't personally have any kind of real use for this because most of my listening is done indoors. But if you're outdoors, if you almost need it for kind of an action scenario where you're you don't have much space, you don't want to carry heavy things, or you just want it to be really, really portable, then this is great. If you're going abroad and you want something that's literally not going to affect your your luggage size at all, pretty much, and you can take you take it next to the pool with you, you'd still be able to get a decent sound out of it. And for the price this costs, if you go and have lunch in London for one person, even at the cheapest place you can find, it'll be more than 13 quid. So this is a bit of a steal here, really. The fact that we're getting pretty much the the advised frequency range out of it, and it's got the newest Bluetooth version. It's water and dust pretty much proof. Stereo pairing, it's got a mic, it's got 10 hours of battery life. For 13 quid, I don't think you're going to see that anywhere else. I've picked up speakers for about, I think I got one from B&M. I think it's on, I did a video on it and I said it was awful because it is. I think it was the iJoy I got for B&M. I think that was £20 or maybe 16. And that is considerably worse than this in every way. And it's about triple the size. So this really is great value. If you want the cheapest little portable speaker you can get, then you found it.